Alright, we live. I won't even gonna go live, but I don't know. Live just seems so much easier to do than making the video. So let me go up here. There we go. Share this joint. Shut up, Dre. Come some Let me know if y'all can't hear me because of the breeze. It's a strong breeze out here. Feels amazing though. It was feeling. It was crazy last night. And yesterday we had some bad weather, and a lot of people were scared because we got that something in the water festival with Pharrell over in Virginia Beach. So they was real scared that was gonna get canceled. But weather looks beautiful today. Like I don't know if y'all can see all that up there, man. It's blue skies, cool. Um, so I guess I should just get straight to the point. This ain't gonna be a long live feed. I got about 38% on my phone. So that might be maybe 15-minute live feed, 20-minute live feed. Um, so yeah, we're gonna get straight to the point. All right, so where should I start this off? Um, what does that mean? Hit the block. You've been putting that shit on my videos for like a year, and you never explain what that mean. We need all 38%. I'm gonna go until it go down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go until it go down. Um, but anyway, so okay, boom. I told you guys my three options, right? So, but I also told you guys that I had made up my mind. I was just kind of chilling, just like let the decision come to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to rush. I don't want to means hit the block. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess whatever. Um, I was going. I'm just chilling. I'm not gonna rush to make no decision. I'm gonna think this through. Really, you know what I'm saying? Uh, take my time with it. So I go back working with Hudd. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. We had a safety meeting, right? In this safety meeting, it was a couple things discussed. Among one of them, safety, of course. We just, I guess, in March and April, it was a lot of accidents. When I actually seen one driver ran off the road. That kind of was crazy. Um, and the other thing that was discussed was trucks being DOT compliant. When I say that, I mean that the Hudd, which is the carrier, Hudd Damco, same company, um, is noticing that when DOT is out in full force, a lot of their drivers are not showing up to move the freight. For example, last week it was almost like a mini blitz week at the port, meaning that DOT was out the port, and like right outside the port to where you could not avoid them, you couldn't go around them, you had to go through them. Drivers were getting stopped multiple times, and what happened was, I think they said only like 50% of the roster of 120 drivers are only showed up because it's so many drivers out here who trucks are not DOT compliant. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not gonna say whether or not my truck is one of them, because I'm not gonna put my boss out there or the guy that I work for. I'm not gonna put him out there like that. But I be avoiding DOT, so I pretty much did just put him out there. Whatever. Um, so it's that's just the name of the game in the port. When you got a local truck that's only going inside of a 100-mile radius, a lot of guys just um, buy a cheap truck that's gonna make them money, but it may not always be up to compliant. You see what I'm saying? So what happened was, I guess the general manager and the safety manager were complaining to the drivers like, "Hey, look, man, I understand DOT's out there, yada yada yada, but we can't tell our customers that DOT is out. Like if your truck is not DOT compliant, um, you know, that's on you. That's just the name of the game." And then, some of the drivers were complaining like, "Look, yo, there's no work because there's no work, we don't have the money to fix our trucks." You feel what I'm saying? So it was that back and forth. And that was, I kind of tuned out on that because it's just like that really ain't got nothing too much to do with me because I don't own the truck. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna take me serious, deuces. Anyways, so like I was saying before the troll interrupted, um, the general manager saw me and he was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you after the meeting." And I'm just like, okay, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if I was in trouble. I didn't know what was going on. So I was just like, okay, I'll talk to you. But before he pulled me to the side, they was discussing. Basically, HUD has a new account or whatever that's coming with Walmart. I guess Walmart distribution is getting tired of. Uh, they're getting tired of shit, the Norfolk port and how the Norfolk port works. So they're gonna set aside 250 container, um, 250 containers. They're gonna send down to the Wilmington, North Carolina port. And what's gonna happen is HUD is gonna be the only carrier that's going to be allowed to move those containers from Wilmington, North Carolina to Williamsburg, Virginia. So they were asking for drivers. They was asking for 50 drivers to volunteer to sign up, and you would only have to do one container a day, which is going in the port once a day, maybe twice a day, pick it up, drop it off, whatever, and that's all you would have to do. You feel what I'm saying? They said if you do that year round, this new account that's coming in supposedly in June, what happened is you'll make more money than he said anybody made last year doing all the other shit that HUD does. So a lot of drivers, and then he said the thing is you got to put an e-log in your truck. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us now are just running paper logs because we're inside of a 100-mile radius. When he said that about the e-logs, of course, most of the drivers were rolling their eyes. They don't want to do that shit because you know how that go. A lot of drivers just don't want to deal with the e-logs, whatever. So that was that. It just was kind of just telling them like the freight is finna pick up. They was telling them, this that. A lot of politics shit. Make sure you cross all your T's, dot all your I's, and all that. So he pulls me in the office and he was like, "Man, you first thing he sees, hey man, you articulate yourself well." I'm like, "The fuck is you talking about?" Apparently, he saw my video. I think the specific title was the video I did on the things I hate about HUD transportation at that time. And yeah, one thing he told me was he didn't like the title of the video, which I can understand that because I put hate HUD transportation or whatever. But what he said to me was like, "Yo, I can tell by the way that you was talking in your video that it's a lot of things that's going on around here that you just don't know about." Okay. He said, "You seem like you want to work, but you just don't know where to go and this, that." And I'm like, "Hey man, I'm just trying to find my way. All I know is," I told him the loads that I know. I know the VIGs to Damco to VIG. I know the NITs to Damco, and I know the JCCs. And he looking at me like, bro, we got way more freight than that. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He said, we got freight that go to Portsmouth. We got freight to go to Chesapeake. We got freight to go to Virginia Beach. We got freight to go to Givens. We got freight to go to, I can't think of South Boston or New Boston, but some Boston in Virginia, all 58. He said, we have regional runs that we do to North Carolina. We got this new account that we looking for people to sign up for. And I'm like, bro, I ain't know nothing about this. He said, I know you didn't. So he went and introduced me to the lady that I guess is in charge of South Boston. Okay, my man. He went and introduced me to the lady that is in charge of those specific loads and gave her my name, my number, and my truck number. So I'm like, I bet, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? This is a new opportunity. You know, I done made some connections. I done network. My video is paying off. I bet. You know what I'm saying? It's making it work. I go tell the owner of my truck. I gotta stop calling him my boss. But the owner of my truck, um, I said, hey man, I got, general manager pulled me in the office. He like, well, what did he say? I was like, he was just telling me he knew that I didn't know about other opportunities. And so I started telling the owner of the truck, the Port Illuminati. He told me about other things that I can do, other loads that I can do, and I, laid out because when I laid out the loads that he told me to the owner of the truck. So what happened was the owner of the truck, when he brought me on, he only told me about maybe 3 loads: the NITs to Damco, the VIGs to Damco, and then the JCC. So with the loads that pay 120, the loads that pay 150, and the loads that pay 210. He didn't tell me about the Givens, the Virginia Beaches, the Chesapeakes, the South Bostons, the Carolina runs. He didn't tell me about those. And I didn't ask him why, but when I was telling him about it, he was just like, "Oh nah, man, I don't want you to do those." And I'm like, "What you mean, man?" You know what I'm saying? Because like once I got a dude that I met on Facebook. I can't think of his name. Um, I can't think of his name for the life of me. But shout out to him. He drive a white Peterbilt. I had started chopping it up with him over the last couple of weeks. He had told me, he was like, "Man, you limiting yourself by just doing local work." And I'm like, "Well, that's all I know, dog. This is what the owner of the truck is telling me to do." You feel what I'm saying? He said, "Yo, you got to do the regional work." And it's kind of funny because when I was with Great Wide, I was doing the OTR runs, the out 10-hour break home, and I was making way more than the regional and the local guys at Great Wide. So it made a lot of sense what I was being told by this other driver who drives for somebody else, and then now the general manager of the fucking operations of Hudd. You know what I'm saying? So I'm relaying this information to the owner of the truck. He just like, "Nah, man. Um, we don't really run those runs." And I'm like, well, why not? And what he doing? What's going on, man? I take that from you. I appreciate you.
Take care.
Uh, Shout out the mailman. But anyways, I said, why not? He was like, they don't pay shit. And I'm thinking like, they don't, oh, okay. So apparently what he's saying is the rate that he gets for the South Bostons or them Virginia Beaches or them Chesapeakes or even this new route that is going to be from Wilmington, North Carolina back up to Wilmsboro, JCC, the rate isn't good enough. And you know me, I ain't going to act like I fully understand the owner operator side of things, but I thought the point in having a paid off truck was that you ain't got to stress over rates. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I thought that's the point in not having that truck payment. Like, I understand the further you go, the more fuel you use. Um, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta but you get a 15% fuel surcharge. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, at least with the shorter runs, the fuel surcharge takes care of whatever fuel. There's been some weeks where you make money off of the fuel surcharge. You know what I'm saying? You might make $50, but again, I guess that's maybe because you running, 6 miles here, 15 miles here, 20, 30 miles round trip to JCC. So I don't know, man. And then on top of that, like the truck, like I spoke on earlier, a lot of these guys got these trucks that they pay $8,000, $10,000 for, and they not necessarily, it might necessarily not pass a DOT inspection, because I know I know for a fact he wants me to avoid DOT at all costs. I know he does. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that truck. I've been in a lot of trucks. Right? I'm a job hopper. It is what it is. I don't care. You guys say that in the comments like it bothers me. I own what I am. I don't care. But I've been in a lot of trucks, man, and I know for a fact that I've been in newer trucks and got pulled in for a DOT inspection, and they found something. You know what I'm saying? Like the brakes was out of adjustment or like shit like that. So I know for a fact. And this truck that I mean, hell, the damn door handle don't work. I got it. It's like the zip is inside of the door is zip tied to. I got to reach down to pull the zip tie down to open the door. So I already fucking know that shit, which is cool. I understand the game. I'm not here to change the game and change the rules, but I'm just like, damn, dog. Like, so basically, I just been told that, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm only being offered 50% of the freight that Hudd has available. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I only got 50% of the freight being offered to me. I'm only getting 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 different loads when it's like 8 different type of loads that I can do. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to, you know, throw nobody under the bus or nothing. I'm just trying to figure out, because I've been in this situation. I done stayed with this company since February. Here it is, about to be May. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all gonna say there ain't no time, but that's a long ass time not to be making no fucking money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I would have been making $1,000 at least a week this whole time, then it's like, okay, whatever. I knew what I signed up for. But to be here February, March, April, and now here's about to be May, going on 4 months, and I ain't making no money. And then I find out I'm not making no money because I'm not doing half of the freight that's available. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, man. And it's just so crazy, because I'll come to a company like this, and I have everybody in my comments, or I have everybody in my ear. Oh, you need to be consistent. You need to stay somewhere for a year. But it's just like, damn, how long am I supposed to stay somewhere and starve myself? You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, it kind of sucks, because it's just like, damn, here I am thinking that I didn't got to connect with the general manager. He didn't pull me in and put me on. And it's like, I can't even, it's like, basically I got to go back. If they reach out to me, I got to tell them no. Now it sounds like I'm saying no to freight. And that's kind of the point that they brought up in the safety meeting. They was like, yo, y'all keep complaining about the freight not being there, but y'all turning down certain loads. The point that he made, the general manager, was like, yo, look, damn cold, this warehouse ain't gonna get no bigger. So the amount of freight that's coming into this warehouse is gonna be what it is. He said the only way that I can make y'all more money is if y'all go and pull other things, which makes sense, because the other carriers that pull for like Damco and pull for Walmart, like Duvenant, XPO, Snyder, Averett, fucking IBV, they pull those loads, but they also pull other shit. They'll pull the Target loads down to Suffolk. You feel what I'm saying? They'll pull the Lowe's. I think Lowe's is in North Carolina. They'll pull those loads as well. They'll pull those loads as well. So like the Hudds and the my phone just went off. Hold on. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? So it's just like Damco and JCC are just a part of their depth chart, I guess, if you will, of things they can do. Whereas with Hudd, it seemed like, a lot of the drivers there, that's all they doing. That's all they want to do. Like, it's certain drivers that I've seen, like, if you can't get them that 6 mile round trip load to VIG, or maybe an empty move to PPCY, or at the furthest an NIT load, they don't want it. They don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hold on, let me try. Yeah, y'all be commenting a lot. I can't even. I mean, 1,000 work before they build 7 hours. So, you know what I'm saying? So, to say I cussed him out is definitely, a little bit of clickbait, but, it's YouTube. But I definitely voiced my opinion to him. And I'm just like, man, no disrespect, but 50% of something is better than 0% of nothing. Because I'm talking to other guys, and they telling me, like, yo, it ain't as slow as you think it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't know. I just don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like the way they talking, like the way they work, they got no truck payment, right? And they'll run hard for like the 6 or 7 months that is busy. And in that time, they make enough money to when it's slow, and they barely doing anything, they can chill. Because a lot of these guys, like I said, they got other businesses, they got other shit going on outside of trucking. So this isn't their primary means of income. You know what I'm saying? As far as local port work. So for me, this is my primary. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat as much as I can. It just don't look like that is available to be done locally, man. It's like if you Like I've seen it done regionally. I damn sure saw when I was doing OTR with Great Wide, man. That $1,500, $1,600 check was awesome. That shit was awesome. And you know what? I should have knew something was up when dude told me that he would give me $100 every time I made over $1,000. Like, because if $1,000 was a regular occurrence, uh, you not just offering up free money. You feel what I'm saying? So for you to offer me an extra $100 on top of any time I make over 1,000, should have let me know like, damn, that 1,000 must not happen that often. That's my fault though, man. But again, at the end of the day, if I'm gonna call a spade and keep it a buck, all this shit my fault. It is. All this shit is my fault, man. Because at the end of the day, if I wouldn't have got that speeding ticket back in November, Thanksgiving weekend 2018, I would have still been at Great Wide. I would have still been at Great Wide. I'd have still been doing them OTR runs. I would have been making $1,500 every week damn near since January, and I'd have been in a way different situation than I am now. So it's just like I can get up here and I can say, I got into it with my boss, and I told him my frustrations. Um, you know, I could talk about all the things that is fucked up with HUD, which may be true. It is true, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't even have to be here if it weren't for a mistake that I made. You feel what I'm saying? This is a continued um consequences, if you will, from a action that I did. You know, so it was just like, man, it's just crazy though, cause it's like here I am with 3 years experience, and I swear I'm making this shit way more harder than what it need to be. I swear it felt like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a hard thing to correct. You know, I think that it's not gonna be impossible to bounce back from all this shit that I've created. But it's just like, damn, man. Like every once in a while, I do gotta sit back and like, damn, Jay, you fucking up a great career. You know what I'm saying? Cats out here making six figures. Starting fleets and authorities, selling information on DVDs, fucking, investing in each other, doing all kinds of great things. And here you can't even fucking make a consistent, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like sometimes I ain't gonna beat myself up, but I gotta be real with myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the matter. You feel what I'm saying? This is in some part, in most part, my fault. You know what I'm saying? So I can't complain about a situation that I created. You feel what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. So nonetheless though, man, that's where we at. That's the truth. Like I said, I always try to be transparent, man. How much time I got left? I'm only at 30%. Are we good money? That's what it is, man. I don't know. To be honest with y'all, I just don't know. That shit is crazy. That shit is fucking crazy. I mean, luckily, wifey is in a position to where she is definitely holding it down. And she's making this blow a lot easier to deal with. But it's just like, to even be to this point, it's just like, man, I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's not what I came and get my CDL for. Like all this shit, this house, and all this shit that I do with my family, like, if I gotta do it this way, then nah, this ain't the way to do it. This ain't the way to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Got some decisions to make. Like I said, the wife already green lighted me going back OTR. Because even though she's not upset about what's going on, she definitely feels the atmosphere of how I'm feeling. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like we are connected in that way, not to be too mushy. And so she definitely understands and feels that if I ain't got no money, if I ain't making no money, it just affects me differently. You feel what I'm saying? Like I stayed at NBI for like 8-9 months because that money was coming consistently. You know what I'm saying? It may not have been the top dollar, but I mean I was making 13, 14, $1,500 at NBI after taxes. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I was able to stay there for so long. When I went fucking, it was so crazy because as much as I complained about that fleet owner I worked for, when I went on the road for 2 months and was when me and wifey came upon hard times and I went on the road for 2 months and came back Thanksgiving, man, I went back and was looking at them settlements. Man, them settlements was 13, 16, 17, 18. I'm like, damn. And I was complaining about that. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's maybe when you go through some fucked up situations, it make you look back at some previous situations that you was looking down on and make you realize, like, shit, that won't as bad as I made it seem, you know? I don't think that's going to be the situation with Hudd. I don't think I'm going to look back on Hudd and be like, damn, I could have been, nah. I think I'm going to be like, fuck that shit. So, let me read some of these comments, bro. I won't even acknowledge my message. I tried to put you on game. What message? Bro, you know how many comments is flashing through my shit right now? You're going to be laughing at all this in the future. I hope so. Make the next move the best move. That's it. Don't rush it. Let it mean something. So what you going to do, bro? I love being local. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. You can't run from problems, brother. Problems everywhere. That's a fact. Hey, Miss Pearl. Telling people, you try Creek. Nah, I haven't. That's facts, bro. Gotta let things happen. That's your jam. Home every day, night. Take home $1,300 after tax. Man, you leave one job, you end up with 10 new problems. I'd rather deal with 10 old problems. I feel that. Let me see what Velo talking about. Start our journey damn at the same time. CRST within a month of each other. I'm about to add a 4th truck. Oh man, salute. And bro, fine. Summer scamming. Hey Dre, chill. Mistakes are cool, costly, but if you pivot right, it'll win. Okay. You only got what 4-5 weeks before you can slide back to Swift, right? If so, just ride it out and bounce when it's. That's definitely an idea. Go get back to that operation, see if he will refer you to a better company manager. Sounds like he's trying to put you on a good game. See, the thing is, Herbert, like all that is cool, but I would have to find another owner, who has a truck, which is hard at this point because peak is about to start. So with peak about to start, they done already hired everybody that they want to hire because they want to start training them now before peak actually hit. They don't want to hire nobody in peak. They want to hire them before. I'm trying to go find my man messages. He said I was ignoring him. It don't cost nothing to at least look into it. Where I made 1,000, working 4 days, barely doing 7 hours a night, looking to FedEx ground. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. But looking at FedEx ground shit is beyond sweet. Choose my own routes, 50% of gross. Before expenses, just find a decent contractor. Okay, well, FedEx ground. Okay, that's what you were talking about. I'll check it out. Come to Transport America, great pay, and they have a good leasing program. Use me as a reference. Boy, I done heard a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So, Transport America, not great at all. Northeast. So, I don't know, man. At this point, I ain't gonna lie. I done talked to a couple companies, and and with some of them, that speeding ticket, man. That speeding ticket is hurting me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The good thing is, most of my other tickets that I have was in 2016, so a lot of them are falling off. Like my shit from April of 2016 just fell off. So right now, in the last 3 years, I only have 2 moving violations. One was a failure to stop, which was me. I was in PA passing a rest area, but it was like a rest area that they had turned into. I was with Abilene at the time. They turned the rest area into a way station, and I passed that shit, and a city cop pulled me over. So they got me for a failure to stop there. And then the speeding ticket I just got. If it weren't for that speeding ticket, I would have one. I would have 1 ticket in the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have 1 speeding ticket. I mean, one moving violation in the last 3 years. But with that speeding ticket, it put me at 2. And with some companies, because of how fast I was, because I was I was hauling ass. I was doing like over 15 or some shit like that. That counts as like two moving. So like some companies count it as 2 moving violations. Some companies like Swift want you to have 6 months since the ticket. Some want you to have a whole year. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. That shit hurt. That probably was my dumbest trucking move, was not fighting that shit. But I was just like, man, fuck it. I thought it would have been a big deal if it would have been like a reckless driving ticket. See, in Virginia, if you doing 20 over the speed limit, then or anything over 80, it's a reckless driving ticket. So that's the one. That's the big one. You feel what I'm saying? But a speeding ticket that you can pay online, I thought it was nothing. Honestly, it was like fuck it. I ain't had no tickets in a while, but that shit hurting. I'm gonna keep it. Whew, that shit is hurting. That's the first thing they saying. Oh well, because it was so excessive. And I even thought, because even with Hudd took me, Hudd was like, well, that was in your personal vehicle. We don't care about it. But some other companies, man, I guess it just depends on the insurance and their safety and compliance. They be like, oh, well, it don't matter if it was in your personal vehicle or not. It's on your DM, it's on your NVR. All right, man. Whatever. Over 14 in most states is considered reckless. Nah, in Virginia, it's over 20 in the state of Virginia in a personal vehicle. Now, if I would have been in a commercial vehicle, then hell yeah, that would have been fucking retarded of me to be doing that. But because I was in my personal vehicle in this fucking this fucking car, I was hauling ass. Let's see. Go pull a container for Snyder. I could check and see if someone there have an empty truck. Okay, let me know. Seems you're reaping the seeds you sowed. For good or for bad, yeah. I went to CRST, left for Crete. They good, starting pay. Jay, you got 3 years job and experience. That's all you need to get a good job delivering fuel. 27 an hour. I don't see, ain't no good fuel companies out here, man. The only company out here is like Eagle. Was they talking about like 50,000 a year, working nights and weekends? I'm cool with that. And then it's another one, but they ain't paying no money out here, man. Can you come up with 2,500 and call AJ at Excellent Leasing to get you? No, I don't got 25 right now, baby. 14, damn. All moving violations, you got to go to court. They make you take that whole CDL test too. Is it windy in VA? I mean, yeah, it's a little windy. I'm not going tonight. Night is the same as Swift, so if anything, I don't mind going to Swift and training. I done contacted a couple other companies, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I had talked to one company. They wanted me to come up there on yesterday or Thursday for the drug test and the road test, but it's a company called Payne Trucking. It's a regional situation, based out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Them niggas talking 80 grand a year, but it's just like 80 grand. That seems cool. But the thing that got me with them was they was talking about like, yo, you can't take the truck home when you go home on the weekend. And they in Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg is 2 hours away from here. I'm not driving home and driving back. And going home on the weekend ain't shit but a fucking 34-hour reset. I'm not about to do that shit. And then at the same time, like, it may sound cliche and corny, but my next move definitely has to be my best move. My next move has to be somewhere that I'm willing to stay for a year, period. Like, you can go back and rewatch my videos. I wanted to stay at Great Wide for a year. That was the plan. I said it multiple times. I wanted to stay at Great Wide. I wanted to stay at Great Wide for a year and then buy a truck next year. That was the plan. And then that shit got derailed because I got that fucking ticket. And then HUD was just something that I thought could be a decent opportunity, and that shit fluked. So here I am. But originally, Great Wide was the plan. Hey, boo. Say hey. So, let's see. Hogan Pool Containers 2. Try getting an installment loan to lease. Afternoon. What's going on, Bobby? Local work. I ain't gonna lie, Island Trucker, man. I think I'm giving up on local, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think at this point, regional or OTR. Because local maybe it's just my experience. Damn, girl, that booty looking good. I ain't put the camera on you. Chill. um, but I don't know, man. I think I fought it long enough, and I've been trying to make local work. But even wifey, has said like, it just ain't the same, especially with her business. And like she got kids on the weekends now. She got kids that be here overnight. We don't really have a lot of time that we spend quality together. My son be in the daycare, so it's just like being home every day. It ain't the same. You know what I mean? And if everything that I've been dealing with locally, yeah, this came in the mail. Let me turn that camera. Yeah, y'all ain't about to see. Yeah, you ain't about to see them goods. Yeah. But anyways, um, yeah, man. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I think I might be done with local for now, man. Pain hauling dump trailers. Yeah, them red trucks, JMV. You probably done seen them all the time. At Crete, they driving. They get in between 16, 2K a week. They average pay 5 to 6,000 miles per week. Oh, they get 16 to 2K. Oh, okay. Low turnover and they debt free company. I might look into them. If you can get that installment loan, put your wife as a cosign when you're into. Okay. I thought the cost of living in Tidewater area is low. I guess it's low compared to other places. I pay 1,500 for this. Well, we paying 1,500 for this. Talking about low. I mean, it's not as expensive as the northern states, but I mean, we not hurting. I mean, I like, hold on, let's not get it misconstrued. I'm not coming up here on this live feed telling y'all I'm finna get evicted. I'm not finna, the lights not finna get cut off, the water ain't, nah, I'm not saying that. Let's not get it misconstrued what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I'm just used to making a certain amount of money and being a certain amount of, being a certain level of comfortable. And with the shit that's going on at Hudd, I'm losing that feeling of comfort because that money that I'm used to making isn't coming in. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. It ain't nothing where it's like, oh shit, we got to downsize. Hell no, not at all. It's a cat led by me up here, drive for pain. He always bring the truck and trailer home on weekends. Maybe his grandfather. Yeah, see what they told me, JMV. They was like they gotta learn me, cause they was like they don't know me. I'm like, well, you know me enough to drive your truck Monday through Friday, but I get it. I'm not knocking the company. I'm just saying for me, I just don't know if I can do that, cause I don't know if it's gonna be for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They said the farthest they'll let me starting off take the truck is to Richmond. Richmond is still an hour away. Think about it. When you coming home on the weekends for a regional gig, it's basically a 34-hour reset. So out of that 34 hours, now I got to take 2 to 4 hours just to drive to and from work. You know what I'm saying? Like, for 80K, I just don't know if it's worth that for 80K driving to and from. And I can't write it off either. That's gas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, it's nice to know that I'm approved. So, worst come to worst, if I got to make something shake, that's a nice place to go. But too many companies on your report within a year hurts you with some jobs. Yeah, that is true. I give you that. But see, at the same time, that's an easy fix too, because most of the companies that's told me that I got too many companies on my shit, they just said, look, we just need you to get like Prime. Prime was just like, yo, just get somewhere for a year and sit the fuck still, and we'll take you. That's what Prime told me. They said, make sure your CPAP is compliant, make sure your DOT physical is straight. Go somewhere for a fucking year, sit still, and you can come aboard. I can't think of what the dude's name was. Because he said, I'm not going to lie to you. He said, I'm not even going to waste your time and run your application. With the jobs that you got on your shit, you wouldn't. No, sir. He said, get somewhere for a year, sit your ass still, and come on aboard. Come to Springfield. I said, okay. Just popped in here, don't know what's going on, but stay down till you come up, stack that bread however you can. When you can, position yourself. I appreciate that. By the way, don't think getting a truck means better than company just because you can make more don't mean you keeping more. A lot of times company don't sound bad, but it do like, I'm not saying you do like this business. When the money don't match, outwork it. Get a local 9 to 5, drive gig for a year, and do 12 days. Armed security.
Like diesel.
Man, see, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, y'all talking about no, that's not the same dog as Diesel. How you doing? Damn, you messed me up, Jay. You wanna say out to the people?
Hi.
Anyways, if I gotta get a second job with a CDL, then I don't need to be at that place of employment. That's the way I look at it. Key carrier, bro, just run the team for the year, and you would definitely get 16 to 2K company side. Look them up ASAP. That's what I done seen Creed a lot up in this live feed. I might check them out, man. I done said Creed a couple times, so we might see 24%. We doing good. Hey, bro, this Note 9, boy, this battery life is amazing. My iPhone would have been dead. Been dead.
The bus out.
I got some people on my damn iPhone.
Where's the bus?
You could cheat the system by lying and saying you worked at a place for years, as long as it adds up with how many years you had. I tried that shit. They verify. Some companies verify. Some companies verify, man. What up, Jay? Come on over here, Spartan Nash. Hey, I put the app in. I ain't gonna lie to you. I put that app in. She sent me the email. Matter of fact, let me see. I got the email back on Yahoo. I don't know if she ever replied back. The little recruit joint. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for it. I don't even know where that shit at. There you go. Amy Worsher or whatever the fuck her name is. No, let me see. And the joint right there. I don't know if y'all can see that shit. Hello and thank you for your interest in driving jobs with us. Do you have some time this week to chat? And I replied back. I was like, yo, anytime you want. And she never replied back on email. Who caught you lying on the app, Prime? They said it didn't add up. I think I did. So I think like what fucked me up was that time period where I went from Great Wide to Swift to Great Wide to Swift to Great Wide back to Swift. Like I went back and forth like 3 times, and they was like, I tried to make it seem like I was with Swift that whole time, and they was like, nah, buddy. They said, how was you OTR with Swift? And Great Wide, you said, was based out of Norfolk. I was like, stuck. So they caught me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep a spade a spade. You need to come to Cali. They rebuilding towns that were burned down with the fires last year. They paying drivers to drive dump trucks. Bro, I'm not relocating to California. I'm gonna just be 100% honest with you. That's just not gonna happen. You can cheat the system online. Oh, no, I can't do that. What up, Jay? Touch, bro. We eating plus good benefits. Sound like the guy you're driving for don't want his truck to go far for a reason. Maybe you don't understand it, but I'm sure he has a reason behind it. I understand that trucker Sherm, but at the same time, he got to understand that I'm trying to make money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I'm trying to maximize the amount of money that I can make. If it's slow and it ain't no local work, or if it's too many miles to go around for local work, you gotta want your driver to make some type of money. You feel what I'm saying? Like $700 is not I can't live off that. I can't do nothing with that. That's going right back out. As soon as that 700 coming in, it's probably spent before I even touch it. You feel what I'm saying? With the way my bill's set up coming out the bank account. So, like, I understand that, but don't put your truck on with a company that got you. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe that's why he can't keep no drivers, because it's like you got the owner of the truck telling you one thing, but then you got dispatch constantly in your ear. Hey, take this. Hey, take this. So every day you going to work, you got to tell dispatch no. So now you telling dispatch no to freight they trying to give you, but then you come back trying to ask them for a specific type of freight. It looks a certain way. So it's like now you caught between a rock and a hard place, because your owner won't let you do this, and dispatch won't give you no local loads because you saying no to the work they're trying to give you. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm go against the owner of the truck, or I'm gonna go against dispatch. Either way, I'm screwed. You feel what I'm saying? Trucking team, Prime, yeah, Prime don't play with them backgrounds. That's a fact. If I were a business owner or a truck owner, I would never hire someone as inconsistent as you. Put yourself in their shoes. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna keep it honest with you, B Ken. You would be surprised how many of these business owners, fleet owners, owner operators would put whoever they could find in their trucks. Believe me, I know. So that shit sound good, what you saying? Like if you one of these big top dollar fucking carriers with thousands of trucks, that shit sound amazing. But when you got 5 trucks or you got 4 trucks and you trying to get that truck filled and you got to make a payment on that truck, you gonna put a body in that truck. I promise you. That shit sound good, all that integrity and did that. Yeah, all right, you in the wrong industry. Shit. Told you call me. I tried JB Hunt, man. They talking about some $1,500 down for the leasing shit. Fam, I could have told you that Promise ain't about bringing new drivers. Everything got to match up. They ain't sent people home orientation because one thing didn't match. Yeah, Prime is like trying to get a government job. Creed is a top shelf company driver. They have walkaway lease. Everybody keep telling me Crete. I might look into Crete. I'm gonna look into because everybody keep telling me Crete. What up, D-Rods? Containers don't make money really on long hauls. Just tearing the truck up for no reason. Pay attention to the rates. But don't nobody tell me the rates. All I get told, well, I do know the rates. Okay. But I mean, again, so what's the point of having a paid off truck if you got to worry about rates? I thought that was the point of paying off the truck. Yeah, the shorter the load, the better it pays. Yeah, but if it's no short loads to be run, so you just gonna not make money? I don't understand. So you just gonna not make money? Okay, I'm just gonna take 2 weeks off and not make no money versus running a couple extra miles to North Carolina. I hear Walmart needs drivers 10 days out before I came home. The owner, I'm sure, is looking at it the same way. For sure, but a lot of people were soldier. I got them D-Roger flexing. That's what it called for. Ain't nobody thinking about D-Roger. Call me. Finish the feed. You always got to worry about rates. This is business. I tell you what, man. I ain't never. It seemed like I seen more cats with paid off trucks and local drivers worry more about rates than cats, with leasing. And I just, man, this rate shit is crazy to me. Then why be in the port then if that's the case? Y'all killing me with that rate shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to be open to understanding what you're talking about. But what you telling me is that you would rather make no money at all than make anything because of business. Oh, I got business standards. I can't afford to run my truck for this amount of money. So what you gonna? I mean, I don't understand that shit. Maybe that's why I don't need to be an owner operator or have an authority or none of that shit because I don't understand that. Like, I was always raised on some money is better than no money. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can pay your bills and put some money to the side. But I just like that shit is crazy to me. It's slow for everyone right now with these cans. From my understanding, you just gotta weather the storm, man. Do something on the side as well. Uber. That's what I'm saying, though, bro. I'm not trying to have no fucking second job with a CDL. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. A second stream of income, yes, from investing or scamming people, as Dre would say, or cutting grass or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But you talking about going to get a whole nother 40 an hour, 25 an hour a week job Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. Call me stubborn, call me idiot, call me stupid. But you won't call me no tired ass motherfucker who working a total of 100 hours a week just to get by. Man, fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm sorry. I'm in the Cheesecake Factory, buddy. Do 6 containers every 6 weeks, and I'm with Great Wide. Hey man, when I was with Great Wide, I ain't deal with half this shit. I ain't deal with half of this shit. One nigga did his 3 loads a week to Kentucky and back, or did 2 Kentucky runs and would do a regional shit to Maryland and back. Made my $1,300 and went the fuck home for the weekend. This shit here, man, is crazy. Huh? Yeah, hold this. God damn.
I don't know. Somebody took it off the thing, so I can't even put it back up there.
Yeah, this thing's smoking. This shit ain't coming off. You got some pliers? You want no pliers no one? I don't know where you coming on. Shit, the ports are gonna boom. I understand the ports are gonna boom, but then at the same time, if they're gonna boom for 5, 6 months and then go back to this, then what? You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to get ahead? If I just gotta, while it's booming, all I'm doing is putting money aside for when it's slow. So when do I come up? It's like going in a circle. No, I would rather not tear up my shit for pennies because I gotta pay the price of repairs. Well, then I guess you might as well then don't come to the port then. Don't come to the port. If you saying you don't want to tear up your shit for pennies because I gotta pay the price of repairs, well then the port ain't where it's at because you're gonna be sitting around and you ain't gonna be getting no freight. If you ain't doing regional OTR out of the port, I don't see how you making money. Because this local shit is too many mouths to feed, man. It's too many fucking mouths. It's only but so much local shit. You gotta understand, when you doing local and you staying inside of a 100-mile radius, it's only but so many customers. There's only but so many warehouses. There's only but so many places to deliver to. So the number of drivers is going to increase, whereas the number of shit to do inside that 100-mile radius is not. How about Epps? Epps told me I gotta get somewhere for a year and sit tight. Work smart. Working hard. Hey man, lease is where it's at. If the rates are too low, you actually work more for less pay. Yeah, these cans been slow as shit, but you can still make it. Yeah, man, the race gotta make sense for me to take some far as run. I could blow a steer tire or worse. I'm in the hole. Well, that just sound like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. That sound like a frustrating way to live. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. That sound like a frustrating way to live. If every single load you gotta factor in all that shit, that sounds frustrating as hell. I don't remember stressing that much when I was leasing and training with Swift. I don't remember stressing that much because I had a new truck. If shit broke, I just fucking used my maintenance account and fixed it and kept it pushing. But I guess when you got the truck is paid off and you got to be responsible for the shit, you can't give it back if something major happened. That's the shit you got to stress about. I'm cool, man. If you telling me I got to leave money on the table, oh, it's not enough money. Well, it's better than no money at all. Like if you run a load and they pay $500 and the tire go out and the tire $200, so you only make $300. But if you sit the truck there and don't make no money, you make $0. I don't know. I just don't understand. Maybe that's my ignorance showing. The lower tier companies will always feel CJ. The higher paying companies will curve you because of your history. I'm rooting for him the moment he figures out moving on to the next person to watch them get a spot market gang. Hey man, y'all got it. I do this shit that ass serious business here. $100 a cheap rate versus $60 a good rate, which is better? I don't know, Terry. I guess they gonna say 60 hours of good rates. But my thing is, if the 60 hours of good rates never come, because my thing is, okay, you talk about the money, I'm talking about the time. How much time are you willing to wait? How much time are you willing to wait for the good rates? Because if the rate never come, then what you do? That's my question. Y'all talk about rates. If like, okay, everybody is slow right now. We know that. So if the rates never comes, are you just not going to move at all? That's what I want to know. So you telling me you just your truck? So y'all telling me y'all trucks is just parked at the crib right now? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all got a second job doing armed security or Ubering and shit, or selling pizzas or whatever, Girl Scout cookies. Y'all at the crib doing that because the rates are sucky right now. So y'all just chilling. That's what you telling me right now. Yeah, more than one source of income. Yeah, that's I understand. Income doesn't have to be a job though. Like YouTube is the second source of income for me. Right now, I got about what? Between me and my wife, we got about like 4 different sources of income. But we both of us respectively only have 2 jobs. She owns her babysitting business, and I'm work as a truck driver. The other 2 incomes are it's not even work. It's not no clocking in type shit. Sometimes you have to do Ellie right now. I'm stressing. I take 2 to 3 loads a week chilling. Are you trying on something else? Flatbed car on your truck, but still putting something. Yeah, fuel, Jay. Go to Penske and get a truck. Cheat double pass DOT. Jay ain't trying nothing. Anyway, someone about the 10 CRCs. Yeah, if you going to CRST, get your CDL and get the fuck out of there. This is everything the guy you're driving for is probably taking into consideration. That's why he doesn't want his truck far. I follow you, bro. I never comment, but I just got my medical for 2 years, 2 months ago. I'm about to take this DMV exam. Switch divisions, of course. Appreciate that dollar, D-Rod. Smart people stay. Company driver. I disagree with that. Give it a full year. You can't bake a cake in 5 minutes. That's a fact. Appreciate that $2, Dre. You might just be better off being a company driver for real, for real. Yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying I'm rushing to no lease. I'm just rushing to some money. Put it like that. I'm just trying to make something. If I get $1,000 consistently right now, I'm happy. I'm happy. You know what I mean? So I'm working for some more. No, I'm not reading that. I'm pulling $2 a month from North Carolina to Ohio with a 14K on my back. Congratulations. Yeah, I'll turn some garbage down in a heartbeat. Been hauling containers for 3 years now, Jay. Okay, Trucker Sharon, you've been hauling containers for 3 years, right? What's the longest? So in those 3 years, you telling me you've never pulled for shitty rates? Never, is what you telling me. Because that's what it's coming off to me. I understand the concept of good rates, bad rates, waiting to make money. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. I'm not a fucking idiot. What I'm saying is, if it's just not there, if you're going a month, 2 months, 3 months of consistent bad rates, if it's just not there, then what do you do? You feel what I'm saying? Then what do you do? I understand if the rates is, in a good place, then yeah, of course you're not gonna take no fucking $1.50 freight for something you can get for $2. I understand. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an idiot. What I'm saying is, if there is no good rates, if there is no good lows, then what do you do? How do you maneuver in? At some point, you gotta bite the bullet. There's just no way that shit is always gonna be sunny skies, rainbows, and unicorns. You can't get 1K a week at HUD. I haven't made 100K, 100K. I haven't made $1,000 since February. But again, that goes back to what I said earlier in the live feed, having a meeting with the general manager. I'm only getting access to 50% of the freight because the owner of my truck doesn't want me to take certain loads. So I might have been making over 1,000 this whole time if I could have been doing regional work or other type of loads. But because I'm only limited to 3, 4 loads, I haven't been able to get that. Good luck, brother. Try Creek. You motivate me to do CRST. I got my CL. May 8th makes a year driving. I'm with Creek Carrier now, and it's all love. Appreciate that, Snoop. You get paid by the hour in the ports. In the beginning, yes, you have to eat shit at first. That's how it goes. But as I learned the ropes and the rates, it started to make sense. I was you years ago. Oh shit! What up, Jacoby? So okay, so that's all I'm saying. You have to, at some point, you have to eat shit. That's what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is this: if you got a driver in your truck, and you know that your driver is unhappy, not making no money because the work is not there locally, you not gonna let him go out there and try to do some regional shit so that he can feed his family, so that he can elevate, or you just gonna sit there and let that nigga starve and tell him just to hold on for what, February, March, April, going on 3.5 months, while he got to sit back and watch these other drivers do regional work and do all these other type of runs and make a decent check, where he's sitting here taking home $400, $500, $600 checks every week, trying to figure out what he doing wrong, when in reality he ain't doing nothing wrong. He just don't have the access to this type of freight that everybody else has. So he handcuffed. And now dispatch trying to offer him freight to do better runs, but he got to tell dispatch no, which now affects his relationship with dispatch. So now dispatch looking at him sideways. Oh, well, he want to make this, and this, but he ain't taking shit. But I've been instructed by the owner of the truck not to take shit. Appreciate that $10 on there. Hold your head up. Something will come through for you. Call me after the live feed. As soon as I got my truck and started having crazy ass breakdowns on the garage runs, started to make sense quick. Don't call him. Appreciate that $11, Dre. Y'all stupid. Creek not going to take him with a 15 over the speed limit. That's what I figured. I just left Swift, bro, and all the mentors I met were company and said it's best. I already know the deal with Swift. That's why June, if no nothing pop by June, baby, I'm on the first thing smoking to that Richmond terminal. You hear me? 30 days and I'm out of here. 30 days as a company driver, and then I could be a company mentor. I already know what time it is at Swift. Bro, your boss, a narcissist, you need to bounce and get paid. Don't worry about his tactics or lack thereof. Motherfuckers, houseway, how? I'd rather replace driving than replace a truck that I only made 1K after fuel and drive. And I get and there's why the retention rate in trucking is so low, because all these owners want to make as much money as they can without paying their drivers. There you go. That's what I take from that. Y'all owners of these trucks want to make all this money, but they don't want the drivers to, you know what I'm saying? You want your drivers to starve. You say you'd rather replace a driver than replace a truck that I only made 1,000 after fuel and driver pay a week because my truck running anything that ain't worth the headache. How do you have to replace a truck? Y'all are basing, it sounds like y'all basing y'all shit off the fact that a possibility that your truck is gonna break down. Your truck gonna break down regardless. Regardless, if you buy a used truck, you automatically are at a higher risk for your shit to break down. That ain't got nothing to do with the driver, the load you pull. You can pull the lightest load in the world and some shit fuck up. So I don't understand that. All things man-made fail. You talking taking that home 400, 500, 600. Imagine what the owner is going through. Which is why he should be able to, but if I do the work that they offering me, I can make more and he'll make more. If you work on your credit, put 5K on a secure credit card for a year to get some business credit. I can't put nothing on the credit card. I ain't got no money. Got the hook up for North Dakota oil fields, 30% of gross. Sound good. But I don't know, man. Like I say, all this live feed has taught me is that I don't fully understand uh, rates. So because I don't understand rates, I'm supposed to, as a company driver, I'm supposed to starve. Is what I'm being told. The rate sucks, so I'm supposed to starve, even though that there's other freight to be pulled. But that's not good for the owner. So I guess I understand what y'all saying, man. I get what y'all saying, and even if I agree with what y'all saying, you gotta agree with the fact that the money I'm making ain't enough for me. So it can't be one and not the other. Okay, cool. I'll agree with y'all. He don't want to do no regional freight. He don't want to do none of that extra. He don't want to do nothing outside of a 20-mile, 25-mile radius. All right, cool. I'm rolling. But you got to understand that by me not going outside of that radius, I'm not making no money. And y'all gonna say, "Oh, it's gonna boom." Yeah, it's gonna boom. But even when it boom, it's just like it's gonna boom. But I'm only gonna make up for the last 3 months when it boom. So it's like I'm gonna make up for the 3 months. So once I get caught up for the money I should have been making that whole time, then I gotta start saving for the time that it's gonna get slow again next year. So when am I supposed to put money to get ahead? Because that's what it sounds. It sounds like a cycle. It sounds like you it's slow now, so I ain't been making no money. So when it boom, I'm gonna make all the money I could have been making over the course of the last 3 months, and then I'm gonna start saving for the 3 months that's gonna come, and it's gonna be slow again. So that's gonna limit the amount of money that I can put to the side to try to do better, to invest or to whatever. So that just don't sound like something that I'm willing to do. You know what I'm saying? It just sound like basically from what Trucker Sherm and what they got Silency and Secrecy, from what they telling me, it just don't seem like the port is the smartest move to do as an owner operator. Is what I'm gathering from them. Because I'm telling y'all, I was at Great Wide, okay? And I was running long loads, long heavy loads to Kentucky, Tennessee, upstate New York, Ohio. And I never heard that owner complain about rates. Never heard him complain about rates. I'm pulling blood loads that's 30,000 pounds. And he had a truck payment on that Kenworth I was in. He had 9 trucks. Never did I hear him complain about breakdowns. Never did I hear him complain about rates. None of that shit. Yo, this what you got. Let's go. Never. So it's just like for y'all to tell me all this now, and me at being Hudd, it's just like I ain't deal with none of this shit at Great Wide. So what is it that he was getting that maybe Hudd ain't doing? You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all telling about the farther you go, the more money, the less money you make. The name of the game is doing short hauls for more money. But when I was at Great Wide, I ain't seen nothing under. When I'm running a full week, I won't see nothing under 15. And I was only getting 34% of the load before fuel. I won't even getting 50%. I was getting 34%, which it probably equals out to the same, more or less. But I was only getting 34. I don't know, though, because I won't get none of the fuel surcharge, none of that included in my shit. At Great Wide, I was getting 34% of the load before fuel, before all that shit. At HUD, I'm getting 50% after fuel, including the fuel surcharge. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just hard to truly understand what y'all saying, because it's just like at Great Wide, none of this shit was even an issue. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it was just like, hey, run this to upstate New York. This shit pay like $500. Run this to, or $400 some. Run this to Kentucky. This about $525. This about $550. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I done made $4. I done made $1,500 right there. You know what I'm saying? And he was good. Like, he loved me because I was running that shit, and he had a lot of drivers that didn't want to run 3 long loads every week. You feel what I'm saying? So I might need to hit Great Wide back up, because one of my tickets just fell off. I wonder, since my ticket fell off, if they'll take me back. I might hit them niggas up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because I was really ready to stay there for a year, because I had that shit down to a science. Them e-logs ain't bothered me none. Not a bit. So gonna figure something out, man. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Ask another. Ask other owner operators to drive for them. Is always around the corner. It's called sacrifice. I spent 12K on my credit card, so the bank seems to take it serious. Container sucks if you don't have more than 3 trucks right after. Oh, man, I told you. Oh man. So that's what it is, man. That's what it is. But look, I appreciate all 152 people or 150 people being in here. You know, it's only 21 likes, but it's all good. I know y'all fuck with me either way. Um, I'm gonna keep moving, man. I'm gonna keep trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, I talked to the company Payne. They was talking about you got to drive home from Fredericksburg to Richmond and shit. I'm cool on that. Truth be told, I actually talked to a guy who has rebuilt 1999 trucks. Um, that he's looking for somebody to come pull for on paper logs. And at first it sounded enticing because he was like, yo, he got drivers doing good money, obviously. But I don't know. I don't know. It seemed like a cool gig. You know what I mean? I'll post that on if anybody else may be interested. I'm gonna post that shit on my YouTube and underneath a post, and you guys can look at that shit and make your opinions on that or apply to it your damn selves for all I care. But he got all 99 trucks. He got rebuilt Freightliners, rebuilt Volvos, 10 and 13 speeds. Home on the weekend, like he say, drivers run like 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days, and home on the weekend. They can stay home as long as they want, because obviously all the trucks are paid off, and then with paper logs, you can do what you can do. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into the specifics of that. So, but that's what it is, man. I just wanted to come chop it up with you guys for like 20 minutes, and we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. Shout out to the Samsung Note for having this much battery life. I got 12% left. That's nuts. Um, but yeah, man, that's what it is. I might do a call-in live feed eventually. I know I need to because I'm paying for this Sideline app, and I ain't used that bitch in about 2 months. So I'm gonna do a call-in live feed probably in another sometime next week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. I don't know. Um, but besides that, man, I'm just gonna keep figuring it out one way or another. One way or another. So as always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive, God family.